Welcome back to GamecocksOnline.com. I'm joined today by head volleyball coach Scott Swanson and sophomore hitter Courtney Furlong, and we're recapping last weekend first, Coach. A couple of really tough matches to both build character and build experience for the team, going 5 sets against Wake Forest and then Georgia Southern, in a pretty tough environment on that Saturday night against Georgia Southern. So talk about what you think the team learned and what you learned about the team this past weekend.
I thought, we learned to fight when we were down and maybe in some adverse situations, whether it be the crowd or just a team really coming after us with nothing to lose. I felt like we brought the best out in Wake Forest and for sure Georgia Southern. They came after us with their serves because they knew that was going to be the one way they could neutralize our pretty potent offense. And so I feel like we kind of weathered the storm just long enough at certain points to win that match. And I told the team after it was really good that we had to go through a 5-set match because we had not done that yet, and those are going to continue to happen at some point throughout the season, and we have to have that in our tool belt, so to speak, to look back on and use for later on in the SEC play, I'm sure.
It's been, that whole weekend in general, it seemed like it was a big learning lesson from a player's perspective. What did those 2 5-setters, specifically that one against Georgia Southern where you got a really rowdy crowd, how do you think you're going to be able to take that as a team and carry it through when you got a lot of SEC matches coming up that are going to be equally as tough as far as the environment goes?
It was a good learning experience, and it was also good that we won. So, we have the confidence to know that when we do go to 5, that we know that we can win and pull it out.
Coach, coming in this weekend, you have some equally tough opponents. You have Davidson coming in on Friday night, who have beaten some common opponents with you guys, with Wake Forest. What do you look for out of this weekend to kind of wrap up the non-conference and get you ready for conference play on Wednesday?
I think what we're really most concerned about is consistency. Just like any coach, it's a comforting feeling when you put your team out on the floor and you kind of know what to expect. And I think we've had a pretty good week of practice so far. The energy level, the intensity, the focus on what we're trying to do offensively and defensively, serve receives getting better, all of those things. So we're expecting a high level of execution on the court against some teams who will test us. There's some unique things that they're doing offensively, and I know they're going to come after us with their serve. And we have to take every opponent as seriously as we would anybody in the SEC. We have to be locked in mentally and play our best no matter who's on the other side of the court. So that's kind of my expectation, and I think if we do a good job of that, we'll be able to get a lot of people some more experience this weekend, and be able to use our very, very good depth to its potential, and maybe hopefully keep some people fresh for Wednesday night at Mizzou, which is less than a week away, an SEC opener on the road.
Kind of playing off of what Coach was talking about with the atmosphere around practice, how is it different this year from your freshman year when you have 2 sides of the court during a scrimmage at practice that are equally important and equally talented?
It's a lot different from last year because this year it's a lot more competitive, and the starting side isn't crushing the other side, and it's more like back and forth, and we basically just push each other to be the best that we can.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for your time, and thank you for your time, Courtney.
Thank you.
Thanks.